This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's Australia's only award-winning Formula One podcast. And if you're looking for an entertaining, informative, objective Formula One podcast, you've come to the wrong place. I'm sorry. But if you want a podcast that enjoys offending the entitled rich arseholes that schmooze around this privileged sport, instead if you like your Formula One a little rough around the edges, inappropriate, and a little lewd, a podcast that shoots from the hip, calls a spade, and loves getting dressed up or dressed down when the mood is right, then welcome aboard, sailor. Aye, aye, sailor, welcome aboard. I salute you, good man. Welcome to the Little Aussie Battlers Formula One podcast. This is the mildly amusing podcast you've been searching for. A podcast for the Aussie, too lazy to search for a slightly better podcast, too tired to last through an entertaining one. Luke, my dear friend, look me straight in the eyes. It's time to make Formula One great again and go head first, pants down. Too much. I told you this is too much.
That's the right amount.
You said, give me a little bit. I said, I think it's going to be too much.
You only do big bits. That's great. I love it.
How are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh, how was the Formula One? How was Hungary?
Hungary was decent.
Yeah.
Wasn't great.
Nah.
Didn't stand up to Austria. Maybe we need a third race in Austria.
No. Did we go really quiet? You turned us down. Good.
Just in the ears.
We were crazy. We were crazy loud.
Just in the ears.
I was getting too loud.
No. You were perfect. I just turned the volume of the headphones down.
Because I was blowing my... is there blood
Little
coming out of
bit.
my ears?
A little bit.
A little
That
bit.
was like that before.
Yeah.
I've turned it back up.
I was bored.
So you can
That
hear
Formula
yourself.
One race bored me slightly.
Yeah.
Max was good.
Max was decent. The Red Bull team did a great job before the start
I like
of
the
race.
fact that he smashed into the wall and
Fixing the
then
car.
suddenly the car's fine.
Yeah.
That's pretty good handiwork.
Very. Not normally associated with handiwork. That's more Kubica
That's very good
and
pizza.
Vettel.
And Vettel. Hey, speaking of which, this little Aussie knockabout podcast punches way above its weight, Luke. We've got Robert Kubica and Sebastian Vettel on this very show.
Wow.
I don't know. Your connection.
Does anyone else have this
I don't think
kind
so.
of access?
It seems unlikely. You have something over Kubica, Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen. Much like a Russian, much like Vladimir Putin has over Trump. You are the Vladimir of the Formula One.
We are sponsored by Gazprom, the Russian gas company.
Yes, we are sponsored. We like a Formula One.
Now do what we say.
Do what we say.
Speak to these guys.
Yes.
It's great.
I was bored. The race bored me. I'm going to be honest with you, Luke.
I think you just bored our listeners.
That intro. Can we start again?
Can if you want.
Welcome to Everyone Podcast.
No.
What an entertaining race that was, like Jesus fucking Christ.
If you took your rise, it's probably because you fell asleep. Formula One, not its greatest race. There was some, great drives by Lewis. Nicholas Latifi was a bit. How would you say Nicholas Latifi's?
Shit.
Yeah, got released from pit lane and got a puncture by hitting Carlos Sainz. Lance Stroll showed some pace
Until
for
he
the
turned
whole
up.
race.
Until he turned up for the race. Good in qualifying.
Good in quali. Still
Yeah.
got P4, didn't he, in the race?
Yeah,
he
P4.
outfinished.
But he gave up. He just
he has to.
sat behind a half.
He's rich.
True. It's ingrained into him. It's in his DNA.
Yep. Bottas, what's he been up to? Not much.
I mean,
He jumped to start.
He did. By a couple of frames.
Yeah.
The only guy that can make Formula One interesting this year has suddenly the beard is gone. There's no... I mean, it's... Can you see any other car winning a race this year than a Mercedes?
Yes.
Good, Luke. Fill me with some hope.
I'm thinking it's going to be one of these tracks that they're unfamiliar with. That they don't have a lot of data on, that they might get a setup wrong or send the wrong parts there.
Yeah.
So hopefully with some new tracks that are coming,
But that Mercedes is so fast.
It's a good car. And, they deserve to win the races if their car's that bloody good.
Yeah.
My only caveat is that Mercedes, since they now are dominating the championship, that they have...
Not caveat.
No. That they should have some kind of... How would you say? That they need to get another driver that'll make it exciting. Like, all right, you've already got it locked away.
Yeah.
But we're still here for entertainment. If
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to show your sponsors to the world, you're not going to show it with Lewis out in front. He hardly got any airtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably someone will say that's because he's black. That's not the reason.
No, that's not.
It's because he's winning by a mile,
Yeah.
and you don't need to see him.
No.
They do it in every other motor racing category. If you're well out ahead,
Yeah,
you
they
won't
don't-
be seen.
They're going to show you the battles. They're going to show you where the action is.
Yeah, to show where the interesting racing is. So
Yeah.
it's Mercedes' responsibility
Yeah.
to put in a teammate that's going to battle with Lewis
Yes.
for every race, for every Grand Prix. Not the first one like Valtteri does. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, he's dominated here. Wrong.
No, he shows up for one race, gets our hopes up, has a beard.
Yep.
The beard disappears, so does the driving skills.
Yep.
Well, who do you suggest?
You need a full-time beard.
You do.
Well, I think maybe Mercedes needs to sign a driver that will challenge him and will challenge him every week. It could be Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Could be a Charles Leclerc. You buy out their contracts. Get him in.
Yeah.
Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah.
I do rate Kevin now.
We need the battles of the 80s, the Prost versus Senna.
Yeah,
In
not-
the same car.
Not the number one, number two. Not the wingman.
No, we don't want to fucking win. I get it works for the team. There's no problem. There's no infighting. You know your role. You get to always have a guy that's going to get all the bulk of the points. I get that, but it's so boring.
It's your responsibility, Mercedes, to bring in another top driver to battle against Lewis. And if they're not good, kick him out, put another one in.
Correct.
If you guys are going to keep dominating, you need to make it entertaining for the rest of the world.
Otherwise, this sport will die.
Yeah, because you're so far ahead. Even if they crash in one or two races, you're still going to win it.
What about we put another Mercedes on the grid? What if they're all Mercedes-Benz?
That would be interesting.
20 Mercedes-Benz. Every driver gets the exact same fucking car.
Ferrari actually pitched that this
Every-
year during coronavirus, that we'll just have a single make for a year.
They suggested for
They
a
suggested
Mercedes.
it. No, they've gone, all right, let's do it with these guys. We'll learn something.
Would you like it to have a Mercedes? Please, can we swap the car? This
right.
is a shit.
This is the biggest shit. Interesting what Ferrari is going to do. Ferrari is bringing back Rory Byrne. Rory
Mr. Burns. Also known as Mr. Burns. Yes.
Smithers, you are quite good at turning me on.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Release the hounds. So Rory Byrne, brother of James Montgomery Byrne, Charles Montgomery Burns? I don't know. So he's going to head back to Ferrari as a consultant. He designed a lot of Schumacher's championship-winning cars
Yep.
at Ferrari at the time, when Ferrari had a little bit more British and external influence.
Yes, we're not
Ferrari's
good.
put their hand up and going, we're not doing so well.
We need a less Italianos here.
Can we bring in some? So they go. Interesting is they're not poaching engineers from
Yeah.
current teams. They're going back.
Yeah.
So if next year's Ferrari looks like the F2002 or the F2003 GA,
Yeah.
then they've
We found the problem. Most of the guys are only smoking and drinking a coffee. We needed the guys who can work on the car. Does
Yes.
anyone know about a Formula One car?
get in some Germans, get in some
Get
Brits.
some Germans in.
But like Renault, are they going to get Pat Simmons? Pat Simmons design some fast cars?
Maybe.
No, don't think they will.
No, I don't think so.
They should.
Can't afford him.
Give Pat something to do.
Can't afford him.
He's just a pundit now.
Yeah.
Get him out and about. Magnussen got a penalty.
Well,
So he finished 9th.
yeah.
He was relegated to 10th, so he gets a point still. Thankfully, Magnussen pitted on the parade lap
Yeah.
with Grosjean. And on the parade lap, there's a rule that you can't, like, the engineers can't talk to them about the car. Can't talk to them in general.
Yeah.
So they need to find their own clutch bite points. They need to figure out their revs. They need to worry about tire temperature. So all of these things, brake temperatures as well, they need to manage that, and they need to know what they need to do throughout the lap to make it happen. So when the red lights go out, you're going to get maximum performance. And so obviously the decision that they made the FIA deemed that was driver coaching. Even though it's not a lap of the race, it's before the race. That's considered driver coaching.
That's weird.
So
That's just weird.
I think that's bullshit, and I think that's
You're
wrong.
right. It's not weird. It's bullshit.
Yeah. It's not fair when in a race, the last lap of the first Grand Prix of the year, Lando Norris gets the fastest lap of the race, but his engineer is telling him the whole lap what strategy mode to put the engine in, when to push the overtake button.
That's it. Look.
Coming out of this corner, there's this, tell gaps, that's fine, but when you're telling him, use the overtake button for 5 seconds on exit of 9.
Come on.
That's driver coaching. That is legitimate driver coaching.
Correct, Luke.
But, it was a great clip. It was a great synergy between his engineer and the driver. But when whatever they said to Magnussen was before the race, and they both decided that they were going to put dry tyres on.
Unbelievable.
Which was a great strategy, and Haas gets a point where Haas was never going to get a point.
No.
Unless it was for this strategy. And Magnussen executed it perfectly. Finished 9th. But they demoted him to 10th, and I don't think that's fair.
No. Well, you've always liked him. You've always been on his side.
But Magnussen or not, the rules...
Rules is rules.
When you can when you can tell someone what strategy mode, what engine mode, what overtake mode, when to use it, how to use it, for how long to use it, that's
the epitome of coaching.
That's driver coaching. But
Exactly.
you can do that in a race, but you can't do it before the race.
Which is weird.
Silly.
Into
Into the bin.
Yep. No, good. I love when your veins pop in
That's
your head.
my rant. My rant. If that was Daniel Ricciardo, I'd be tipping shit over.
I think we need a little segment. Luke's rant.
Well, I need to find something that pisses me off.
Luke's pissed off segment.
Luke's rant.
Yeah. I'm not happy. Why'd you happy, Luke?
Rant in the red rocket.
Rant in the red rocket. You've got to sit in the Formula One F1 podcast simulator and rant.
While driving.
And then when you get out, you're like, oh my God.
I feel so good. It's like
I
therapy.
just feel refreshed. Yeah. I said,
Simulator therapy.
my God, that was amazing.
Yeah, so that's not fair for Magnussen.
No,
Renault,
it's not. Look.
Renault protested again for racing points. So I think it's going to be I think they should just get a stamp and just say we're protesting and then
automatic.
done.
It's an automatic.
Yeah.
So you guys are,
You're still racing point?
You're processing again, are you, Reno? Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
That's not going to help. They're not going to get any championship points deducted. I mean, they might get a fine, but there's nothing. They could
be excluded from race results if they've been deemed to have.
That won't happen.
I hope it doesn't.
That won't. They'll just fine them.
No. If they're found guilty, they'll exclude them from the
Exclude, not deduct points.
They'll where they finished, they will be excluded from the race results. So if they came 4th, they'll be non-classified and no points. So Renault will get more points. Anyone who's below gets points. George Russell might get a point. Nicholas Latifi might get a point for the first race. Latif.
The Queefmeister? I don't think so.
What else? Red Bull Racing, as I said, Red Bull Racing has
Is it true? Is it true that Mark Webber's been checking out this podcast? Is it true that Mark Webber is a fan of F1 podcast?
Mark Webber checked out our Instagram story.
Of course he did.
Which there's a YouTube video on Formula One, and it's about how great Rosberg is and the 10 great moments of Nico Rosberg. And I think one of the first sections on his debut, or it was I think it was Bahrain, was his debut at Williams. He crashed into Nick Heidfeld, then later on in the Grand Prix, set the fastest lap of the race, and then they showed footage of Williams coming down the main straight. And I saw it, I'm like, that's Mark Webber.
Yeah.
That's not Nico Rosberg.
No, you can tell.
Yellow helmet. Mark had the Dayglow orange roll hoop camera, where Nico had the black one, but you could tell straight away it's Mark Webber's by the helmet. Very easy to pick out. Like, oh no, that's Mark, so I'll just put, hey F1, this is Mark.
Yeah.
Not Nico. And then Mark checked it out on the story. Didn't say anything, but we've had Pat Foley, one of our great listeners. Patty.
Love Pat. Love the Pat.
He's written because his profile picture's dated. It's probably a photo, I think he said from 15 years ago, so he looks like a kid.
Yeah.
So hopefully tugging at the heartstrings of Mark Webber to get on the podcast.
Yeah,
He's basically begging Mark, And I say all of our listeners should be begging Mark Webber and Daniel Ricciardo to get on the podcast, to talk some shit, to talk F1. I've got a whole bunch of questions I wrote for Mark Webber this week. Mark Webber.
Yeah.
Oh, heart was slightly shitted.
The good thing of... Ouch!
I will never let you speak about Mark Webber in this way.
Truth hurts, Luke. He lost to Sebastian Vettel. Need I say more?
4-time world champion.
Yeah, because he was his teammate. So I think we should, if someone has got some great questions, if we can get Mark or Dan on the podcast, you get to ask him the questions. We'll tee you up.
Yeah, we'll ask you a question.
Yeah, we'll tee you up via Skype. We'll have Mark on one phone call, you on the other. We'll be sitting here.
Will we? How am I going to do that?
You'll find a way, Luke. You always do. That's what you do.
I will read out your question to Mark Webber.
No. We're
In
getting
my
them
best,
live.
in my best,
You will be live
in my best
on
impersonation,
the wireless. You'll be live on the effing one wireless.
my best impersonation of you,
Yes.
while saying it to Mark.
Howdy, I'm Pat Foley. Nice to see you. Hey, Mark Webber, what
Is
you
that
doing?
George Bush?
Hey, George W. Bush. It's Pat Foley
I've
here.
got a question here.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Now, you tell me, who was the toughest opponent you ever drive again, boy? Is that a good Pat Foley voice?
I'm so sorry, Pat.
I'm so sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
But see, to me, every American sounds like that.
Do they?
Kind of.
What do you watch?
Cops.
Ice Road Truckers.
I've been watching Cops again. It's Shark Week, Luke. It's Shark Week.
Catching gators down in Louisiana.
Oh, down in the bayou.
Bayou.
The bayou.
They had a big banner on the main straight. It says "We Race as One" and has all the
Yes.
drivers' heads.
Yeah.
Nicholas Latifi, anal sex as we call him. He
Clarify that. Why do we call him anal sex?
his hashtag is NL6. NL6.
Need we say more?
Yeah, it's anal sex. I put it on his Instagram live, and all of his fans going, once I've seen that, I can't unsee that. He didn't react to it, but I infiltrated a couple of minds. That's all I needed to do.
I can't believe that you were the first one that mentioned like that. I went, oh shit. And Latifi still can't.
I can't believe no one took effing one podcast.
He won't return
on.
your calls.
No, of course not.
Because you're like,
He's banging on someone's ass.
there's that guy that.
That guy
damn
that
it.
talked about anal sex.
Expose me. So clumsy of him. Anyway.
What were we talking about? Oh, yes, his picture on the main straight.
Yeah.
It was very blackface.
Oh, he wasn't doing blackface.
He was many, many
He
shades
wasn't
darker.
doing blackface.
He wasn't, but whoever printed it a little bit too dark.
That is the only time you don't want to do blackface, Luke.
We race
When
as
you're
one,
taking a knee
and
your race is one and you're celebrating multiculturalism and embracing
there's
every
Nicholas
people
Latifi.
from all the world, and Nicholas
blackface.
doing it in the corner in blackface. Nicholas, have you learned nothing, son? Wipe that boot polish off your face and get over here and take a knee with us. Makes me mad.
Now
Luke.
that you bring up, I used to have an Adam ranting section.
And it's all in that high-pitched voice.
I'm concerned about you. You talk about taking a knee. They completely fucked up the taking a knee and national anthems. They're like 6 blokes are there taking a knee. No one else is there. Then they all start to sort of sputter in one at a time and take a knee, then get up, and then take a knee again. And they're like, should
Look
I
at each
stand
other.
up? Then
We're
the
supposed to be
national
doing this?
anthem starts, so they start getting up on a knee, then go back
Get
down.
down again. Oh, what are we doing?
Lance Stroll is trying to buddy up next
what's Lewis
to
doing?
Lewis.
Everyone look at Lewis.
I know.
Lewis, are we doing it right? Are we doing it right?
So, and then halfway through the national anthem, the great Hungarian national anthem, they
I
finally
love that anthem,
they
Luke.
finally rock up. Half of them still with their hats on. One of them still hasn't put it. I think it was Giovinazzi hasn't put his end racism shirt on.
Come on, Giovinazzi.
I'm like, they need to organise it better.
Who's in charge
They
of
were
this
saying-
shit?
I don't know.
Who's in charge of Black Lives Matter when it comes to Formula One? We race as one. Who is in charge of this?
I don't know.
Is it Liberty Media again?
Could be. But they're like the timing was all horse shit. And it's a really bad look when you can have so many sports around the world
There's no reason.
to be able to organise their shit. And
Yeah.
they did a decent job in the first 2 races, but this one was
There's no reason
Hogwash.
that you couldn't choreograph the entire paddock. They lining up, and it would just take a couple of rehearsals. You get a good dance teacher in, my wife.
She
could
would
teach
teach
them
them.
some sweet moves. Say, all right, guys, So I'm going to teach you some basic moves. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the national anthem. Play it for us, please,
Mr. Music.
Mr. Sulaslav. Mr. Sulaslav puts the music on, and it's quite a dour anthem.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. But we can liven it up by a choreographed little piece of how you put your shirt on and your hat on, put the black all races one, we get down on it. In synchronization. On a knee. 2,
Should there
3,
be
4,
like
relax. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then they break into a small dance.
around the cars, like all the engineers start doing high kicks, like
a little leg
can-cans?
kick. Da, da, yeah.
I think
Leg
obviously
kicks.
Renault has to do like a Moulin
And
Rouge.
just a little peak
leg
of flesh. So like, the legs go so high, you go, oh, I can see a bit of cockaballs.
Bit of scrote sticking out the
That's
bottom.
a little bit of scratch. Just something for the ladies.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you think of a reason why
Ladies
that wouldn't
love
work?
scrotum.
We can recommend some good dance teachers. Just
No,
get
what's the business? What's your wife's business called? You don't
G-Pack. G-Pack. G-Pack.
Very fancy.
Yeah,
if you
very
want to learn how
fancy.
to dance,
Hey,
go to G-Pack.
go to G-Pack. Yeah, I think they do Zoom classes.
Do they?
No, I think so. Well, I think now that we've had some cases of COVID
What's
come
going
in,
on?
we've had a couple of
19-year-olds
19 loose chicks.
flown from Victoria to Sydney and then flew from Sydney to Brisbane and then said, no, we haven't been to Melbourne.
Oh, no, we haven't been there.
And then they went around and fucking touched everything and went to...
8
How many
days.
cafes did they go in a few days? Who goes to that many
It
cafes?
seems like they intentionally went out to spread it. Like you look at,
Motherfuckers.
they've documented where they were, and every day they were at like at least 3 or 4 restaurants or cafes. I'm like, no one does that normally. I would go to the cafe, a restaurant once a month.
Yeah.
They're going 3 times. It's like, let's intentionally go and just blow shit up.
Yep. 19-year-olds.
19-year-old bitches.
No, they're not bitches.
No.
They're cunts.
Yeah, but pretty hot.
I haven't seen
And
the photos.
smart. And funny.
Well, they now got $4,000 fines.
Is that it?
Yeah, for the moment.
I think they've been. There are charges being placed. Anyway, this is not.
We're not here to talk about COVID.
We're not here to talk about COVID.
We've got Formula One.
We've got
and
Formula
it's
One.
racing. It's going on right now. Well, not now, but it will be this weekend. British Grand Prix, Silverstone.
British
North
Grand Prix.
Hampshire. Mark Webber. Check our Instagram. We mentioned that. Portugal, Imola, Nürburgring added to the calendar.
That's exciting.
Very exciting. What else? The average temp, so the Nürburgring, I think it's in late October, early November.
Germany.
It's in Germany. Thanks for clearing that up. Wasn't quite sure where it was.
I thought you were searching for it.
No.
It's in
No. I actually
Nazi.
Funny thing is, I went to Germany to drive the Nürburgring, the old Nordschleife, in a GTI Golf. I hired a race car for the day.
I did it in a Cortina. Yeah, it's not a great track for a Cortina. No, I wouldn't.
You did in one of those 3-wheeled
full Cortina.
cars.
Yeah, trikes. We were those little.
That was on Mr. Bean's.
Moke. Mini Moke.
And so I went there, and so this was November,
Yeah.
and the track was icy, so no one could drive on it.
Fun though.
I wish.
Imagine doing
Didn't get a
that.
chance. When I went to go pick up the car because I didn't get there. They sent a text message to my Australian phone, and I didn't have it on because international roaming back then was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Went to go to pick up the race car, and they're like, "Oh no, we tried to contact you. It's closed. We can't hire you the car." And it's like, "Oh, but you can go have a look at the car." So they had a Enzo Ferrari in there.
Oh, dude.
It was some Russian businessman's car that they just hold there, and he'll come and just drive around the track.
Had you paid for this lap?
So you pay for the car, and then you pay the lap. So it's like it was back then. It was like €11,
So you paid
and then
for
you
it,
just drive it every lap.
but you didn't get a chance to drive
No.
it?
So I didn't have to pay for the car.
No, didn't get. You have the worst luck.
I had a lot of bad luck in that trip, but I saw some really cool things. Like I went to Norway to get in a bobsled to see the aurora and see orcas and swim with them.
Weren't allowed to. There was no walkers. They're all dead.
There
was no snow. You couldn't bobsled.
I emailed the bobsled place and I said, "Are you guys going to be open?" And like, "Yep, we'll be open." Then I get there and they go, I said, "Oh, you guys are open. I want to do a tourist." And I was like, "Oh no, we're not open for tourists, but if we're open to competitors." I'm like, "I didn't bring my bobsled."
But I can.
So I sat at the track for 7 hours until the next train came, And so I went around, watched the French luge team going, that was all right. But went to northern Norway. There was 3 nights of overcast, didn't see an aurora, went to swim with orcas, and it was a year where orcas weren't in that spot anymore.
They all died. Then you went to Melbourne for the Formula One Grand Prix. Waiting outside the gate, you had your media pass, you had your paddock pass, access, full access. And what happened?
Bum, bum.
Corona struck.
Not allowed in.
Wouldn't let you in.
No.
You were literally one step away.
Shaking the gate. Let me in.
No.
I don't care if it's not on.
There was no orcas in Norway.
Give me my...
And then there was no bobsledding.
And it's my birthday.
And there was no car to drive at the Nürburgring. And now you do this.
So, the moral of the story is it's going to be cold. Average temperature of 9 degrees at the Nürburgring, which is in the Eifel Mountains. In Germany. Well pointed out. You got that before.
Germany.
But great to have Portugal, Imola
That's fantastic.
on the track, and I'm guessing they'll finish with Abu Dhabi, Bahrain at the end of the year. So they'll still be going there. But the World Championship in the regulations say it can only classed as a World Championship if it goes to 3 continents.
I didn't know that.
So
I knew it had to be a
they'll
minimum
be going
8
to
races.
Europe.
It's got to be 3
the
continents.
Middle East. So it's not 3 continents. It's
Are
only
you
2.
thinking what I'm thinking, Luke? We're back, baby. Oh, we are back. The Narang
Grand
GP
Prix
is back. Narang GP is back. Oh, dude. Well,
There's so many exciting things that we're going to do at the Narang Grand Prix.
Narang is ready to go.
Yep.
We've got the paperwork with the council.
Since there's no fans, we don't need to put up any safety fencing.
There's no fans anymore. We don't need Woolies donating hot chickens to feed the fans. It's just, around a great track around the crackpot streets of Narang.
No fences.
No fencing. Hay bales. We've got hay bales ready to go.
We can get hay.
We've got contacts.
We've got trees as well.
Out in the bush.
Trees.
Yep.
We can line up cars, so everyone just parks bumper to bumper along the track to make sure they all stay in.
Narang has the highest prostitute per square metre in Australia.
3 per square metre.
3 per square metre in Narang, prostitutes per square metre. We're going to line them up along. We're going to make a barricade for the cars. Prozzies. All topless. It is going to be a sight. Because normally you go to a picturesque place. You go to Austria. It's beautiful. The cameras, they pan. They have the beautiful panning around the countryside. It's green. It's lush. But we don't have that in Narang. We do have prozzies. So we're going to have some nice footage of just topless old birds.
Doing meth.
50-year-old birds doing meth around the track.
Sucking some dick.
Yeah.
Sucking a little bit of dick.
Broadcasting live to you in America, you in
need
Europe.
the full cultural embrace of Narang, and you can't get that if you just gloss over it. You need close-up shots of old grandmas.
If you're not sucking cock and doing meth
in Narang,
you've never been to Narang.
And you're not living.
You're not living in Narang.
Yeah.
It's going to be a treat for our international guests.
So if the championship doesn't go to 3 continents, it's not a world championship.
Right.
So would Lewis be a 7-time world champion, or would he be a 6-time world champion and he won a 7th championship with something else? There's going to be sticklers. I don't care if he wins a championship this year, he's a world champion.
They have to come to Australia, Luke. There's no 2 ways about it.
They need to. They might do a quick dip into Africa.
They've already said they're not going to America. They're not going to South America.
Not going to America. Not going to South America. Not going to Asia.
Not going to Asia.
Not going to Antarctica.
No. There's still the option. We don't have that many corona cases. Certainly in Queensland, we're good. Melbourne is a absolute
fucking shit show.
Infested.
Yeah.
So they're not going to Melbourne.
They lick a lot of windows down there.
Correct. But we do have the...
See, you would think Melbourne is a more metropolitan city, a great place to travel. Narang...
Oh, gosh, Luke.
You think, Narang's a bit dilapidated,
No,
they're a bit sickly looking. No. They're cleaner than Melbourne, and that's saying something. So
Correct.
Bring the Grand Prix to Narang.
Absolutely.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer, Luke.
So they're the exciting tracks that are coming up. Portugal, Imola, Nürburgring.
Do we need to maybe deliver a suitcase to Liberty Media?
I've sent a carrier pigeon.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
With a long message.
Saying
Just,
we're open
hi,
for business.
how you going?
Yeah. Hope this reaches you.
Our Grand Prix has free fruit.
Please don't eat the bird that is delivering this message.
We need him back.
We need him back.
Yeah.
We're
By
down to
Wednesday.
We're down to our last carrier pigeon. We've had a terrible luck.
Yeah.
Speckle Jib was...
They live under power lines. They're not too smart.
Yeah, they're not great.
So let's talk about Hungary.
Yeah.
Give out some awards.
Absolutely. Let's do it. First award up, Luke, today is the Green Award for the...
Lowering your carbon footprint.
global footprint. Which team lowered their global footprint for the Hungarian Grand Prix, Lucas?
I'm going to give that to Pierre Gasman Gasly.
Yeah.
He didn't partake in Q3, and he was the first car to retire from the race. Looks like a bit of an engine problem. There was fire, which does kind of add to his carbon footprint with the smoke that came off there, but they extinguished it reasonably quickly, so he still gets the Green Award.
Gets the benefit of the doubt.
Well done, Gasman.
Well done, Gasman. The UGE Day Award. This is for just wasting everyone's time for being a pile of shit.
Yeah, Williams. I didn't think I'd say that this year.
It's a shame because they didn't seem like they were a pile of shit, but they're back to being a pile
But they are
of shit.
pile of shit. P19, P20.
That's a shame.
Sorry, P19 and P18 because Gasly was P20.
Yeah. Doesn't George Russell he's itching to get out of there, isn't he?
He is
doing
qualified
everything
12th.
he can.
Great job again, but he is stuck in the Williams for another year.
He's got to be going to
That's
Mercedes.
someone you could put at Mercedes.
There's a guy you could go fit straight into a Mercedes Benz.
Yep, he's in the driver academy.
Let's get rid of Bottas. I'm sorry, he's boring. He's rubbish.
If he can't take it to Lewis this weekend,
What is he doing?
just at the end of the year, just find someone else because
laziness to keep him there.
you're boring us.
You're boring
Mercedes.
us. It's boring.
I'm fine with you dominating,
You're
but
killing
put
the
someone
sport,
next to him.
and it's lazy.
Yeah.
Aren't you interested in seeing a competition even at Mercedes? Surely they must be going, oh, I'd love for someone just to be racing someone.
Or just retire the other car.
Just retire it.
Just have a one-car team.
Yeah. And then as soon as Bottas goes, oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. I better go back over there. And they go, oh, actually, now you've left. There is a second car. We forgot. It was hiding. It was behind the blankets.
We didn't make you one.
Yeah. George Russell. George Russell.
Georgie.
There's a second car.
Georgie.
He would be great. He is adaptable and a fast learner.
very, very quick.
Next award, the Pastor Maldonado Award. That's for
Dangerous driving.
reckless. I was going to say reckless, but dangerous is a better way to put it, Luke. Thank
No,
you.
reckless is good too.
Reckless, dangerous, crazy driving.
Crazy driving. We're going to give that to kind of not his fault, but it was with the Williams' fault probably more so. But Nicholas Latifi,
Oh, the queef.
anal sex,
The queef meister. The queefy.
the vaginal gas expelling,
Oh,
squelchy.
the uncontrollable vaginal gas excretion.
Yeah, that's Nicholas Latifi.
Fair enough. Lick It Sent It Award, Luke, who licked it and sent it with a sweet, sweet overtaking move as we highlight the best overtaking manoeuvre in the race.
It was Lando Norris on Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc didn't get him. Ended up getting him a lap or two later, but the fight that they had from turn 3 down to turn 4, Leclerc had it ahead of him, then Lando just went around the outside and stuck it under into turn 4.
Is on fucking fire.
Great job. He didn't
Lando.
finish the race well. He had a bit of a poor start, went backwards, and I think he finished out of the points. So he's made himself into the third championship.
He's
though.
a good driver. He's got a lot of spunk, and he's got some sweet moves out there. He's got some gumption.
Gumption?
Gumption?
Gumption.
Yeah. Is what the word I was looking for. He's got that.
Yeah, he's got
that. The F1 podcast Award. Who was just making Formula One fucking fantastic, Luke?
Well, since the racing was a bit humdrum,
Yeah.
and you're talking about gumption, and no one gets more gumption than Lando Norris. So after the race, he was photographed under his car,
Oh,
taking it apart,
yes, he does.
which it could have been taken apart. He could be also draining it from the wee that he put in there.
What? The wee?
The wee.
Oh, the wee.
Urination.
Oh, I thought you said he was hiding weed and he was looking for his bag.
He's got a baggie.
He's got an ounce.
That's how he gets it into countries. He's a stoner.
I put this bag of ounce here, put weed in here somewhere, and I can't know where I put it.
Can I put this under where my feet are?
Was it the feet or was it the pedal tail?
Under the feet.
I'm just going to undo all the bolts anyway.
So he was pictured under taking a part, and he was helping the team
having
out.
a bong, having a
So
spliff.
He's like he was
munted.
Apparently, this isn't the first time he's done it. He's helped the team take apart the car and dismantle stuff.
I seriously dismantled that car, man. It's dismantled, brother. Whoa. That's what he was doing.
Cheech and Chong knows.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, so for his bringing the spirit of F1, the spirit of team, helping his engineers out, especially when they've had 3 weeks non-stop, can't see family, they were locked away. He did a solid job helping his team out.
And the award that really hits home with us, that gets to the cockles of our heart, Luke, the Speckled Jim Medal, where you award 3 votes. 3 votes for just being fantastic.
The best driver of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm giving that to Lewis Hamilton, just for pure domination.
Speckled wouldn't like that, but that's fine.
Speckled wouldn't.
He wasn't a fan of Lewis, but that's okay.
Speckled did understand pure domination.
He
because
tolerated. Yeah.
He was dominated.
He was dominated over. He was
He was the Williams
He was.
of
He got
Formula One.
dominated. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't have a sniff.
No, it was in his psyche, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was scarred. It was a scarred cock.
He's battled.
A battle stiff. He was. Battle stiff, the old Speckled Jim.
2 votes to Lance Stroll. Great job in qualifying and stayed in P4, which I was surprised. I thought someone's going to jump him and get ahead of him. And 1 vote to Kevin Magnussen for getting the Haas into a point.
Yeah, that was impressive. They've not been in the points. Fastest lap, Lukey. What happened?
Fastest lap was Lewis Hamilton with 1 minute 16.627. The fastest pit stop was Red Bull Racing with Max Verstappen with a 2.04 second pit stop.
Oh, who's winning the pit stop battle so far this year?
I'll tell you that in the next podcast.
Okay, you got that.
I don't have that
sure.
right.
No, that's fair enough. But off the top of your head, like last year, Williams, I think, won that.
Williams got a bit shoddy last year.
Oh, okay.
Red Bull were always pretty quick. They were doing some 1.9.
They had the fastest time.
Yeah. Williams got 2nd and 3rd. George Russell 2.07.
Coming back, baby.
Anal Sex got 2.21 second pit stop. Driver of the day, according to the fans around the world, which are wrong. Max Verstappen got driver of the day.
Yeah. The Turd Championship, Luke, something that we love and something that Pete loves. He loves to whittle his magic onto a little piece of nice.
It's not little. It's
oak.
Big.
He poops on a lovely bit of wood, and we've covered it in gold, and we've varnished it, and we've treated it, and that is the award that we give to the shittest driver at the end of the year.
Yep. So if you're 20th in a race, you get negative 25 points. If you get 11th in the race, you get negative 1 point. It's the same point system as the Drivers' Championship from 1 to 10. We take it over from the negatives from 11 to 20.
It's just reversed.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the best drivers. We're not.
We're focusing on
We're
the worst.
looking at the shittest drivers.
So the shittest driver championship at the moment is Pierre Gasly and George Russell on negative 33 points.
Oh, geez.
Yes, Georgie.
Lift your game, son.
Then you got Nicholas Latifi on negative 31, Sebastian Vettel negative 25, with Max Verstappen also on negative 25. Romain Grosjean he's on negative 24, Esteban Ocon negative 21, and the rest are in the teens.
It is a bit surprising that Latifi's not dead last, not the Turd champion at the moment.
But Lando Norris has graced himself into the Turd championship with negative 4 with his poor performance.
They're the drivers that are
at
on the
Hungary, but
on the nose.
There's still Sainz, Perez, Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas have yet to feature in the Turd championship.
Yeah.
And they may not.
Keep an eye on the Turd championship, Luke.
The Speckled Jim medal tally at the moment.
Oh, the Speckled Jim medal tally.
I didn't do that in the previous podcast.
No, you did not.
But I won't do it after everyone. I'll do it randomly.
Yeah, yep.
Just to sort of throw it in, just to give you a reminder. Because it's I want to build a bit of
tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tension, that's a word.
Absolutely.
So Chuck Norris is on 6.
Chuck.
He's ahead. He's got 6 points. Douche Canoe is on 3. Daddy's Boy is on 3. The other Finn on 2. Tier 1 at Tussler 2. The Chosen One, as I call him, Bad Boy now.
Yeah.
Shifty Bad Boy.
Shifty.
Crashed into his teammate and then breaking rules. And Mags, he's on 1. That's the Speckle Gym medal.
Speckle Gym medal, which is just purely ranking the best drivers separate to the car. Imagine the cars aren't there. Luke is just judging them purely on performance, how you're driving on the day, taking out of consideration the huge advantage you may have or the disadvantage driving a piece of shit.
That's right.
And what do we got now? The real championships.
Yeah, there's apparently a real championship.
What
that
the
goes
hell? Oh, you mean the actual Formula One championship?
Not as good as ours.
Don't care, mate. It's all over.
So Lewis Hamilton 63, Bottas 58, Verstappen 33, Norris 25, Perez 22, Albon 22, Leclerc 18, Stroll 18, Sainz 15, Vettel 9, Ricciardo in 8 points, Gasly 6, Ocon 4, Giovinazzi 2, Kvyat, Magnussen 1, Latifi, Raikkonen, Grosjean and Russell on 0 points.
See, you think that here at F1 Podcast, we are just dicking around with all these awards, the Green Award, the UGED, the Pasta Maldonado, the Lincoln Senate, the F1, the Speckle Gym Award, the Turd Championship, but you will thank us. And you probably are right now because the real championship is effectively over.
Done.
All we have now are these other awards to look forward to. Who's the shittest driver? Who's got the Green Award? Who's got the UGED? These are the awards that will matter when Lewis has got his record equaling 7th world title, which will probably be announced next race at the end of the British Grand Prix. They will go, here you go, Lewis, congrats.
Yeah.
Now, who's winning the Turd Championship? That's what Lewis will say.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is nice. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to make
Thanks for the trophy.
An Instagram picture of the Turd Championship to keep everyone in the loop.
Yeah.
And to tag drivers in there so they know where they're at in the Turd Championship.
Just letting you know, this is how you suck.
And I'll be interested to know if I get blocked by any drivers by the end of the year. Yeah. That's my aim.
Yeah.
Is to get blocked.
By every driver.
And then come see them in Melbourne and go, g'day fellas. Here, you blocked me, you cunts.
Yeah. Oh, you're that. Oh, no, not talking to you.
Here's your giant turd, fuckface. And then smear it in his face.
Oh, this one didn't set properly. What a shame.
Still squelchy.
I think it's time that we had Hand in the Paddock with Robert Kubica.
I love this part.
I love Robert Kubica. We had the opportunity to have a chat to him earlier and recorded this little bit of audio. Whoa! Hello, fellas. How are you today? I am Robert Kubica.
G'day, Robert.
Hello, Luke, is it?
Yes.
Yes,
Luke.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Here, let me shake your hand. Oh, not that hand. I can't use this hand.
No,
this is the finger I use for testing. This is my testing finger. Don't go. It smells.
Do you have an honorary doctorate?
Smell my finger. What does it smell like to you?
Sebastian Vettel?
Yes. It smells. This has been inside Sebastian Vettel.
Which side?
I'm sorry, what?
Which end of
my
Sebastian
English
Vettel?
is not so great.
Yeah, you ignored me before.
What are they talking about? I don't know.
Really?
I conveniently don't speak English when I don't need to understand things.
So which end did you put that in, Sebastian?
Well, I went for the nose, but he said no. He said, no. No, thank you.
My virus is somewhere else?
Could you please do the full check in the back door? Yeah. I said, sure. No problem. I have no feeling.
Did he have any polyps?
Yeah, it was pretty bumpy in there. I found a small rubber ducky and a small Filipino boy. He said...
Any woodland critters like a gerbil?
He was happy. Yes, there were some creatures. They were happy to be free. And I said, please.
You let him out?
I said, run for the hills. He's coming. Run for the hill. He's just here. This is his asshole. He's looking at you. Run away. Why? I have my finger up his ass.
You've been testing this week. What have you been testing?
Yes, I've been sponsored by Liberty Media.
Yes.
To be the official... the official... COVID tester. I am the official. Sorry. I had to get last dribble out of his asshole. He had the limp.
It's half sticking out.
He had the little face.
Get out,
he was
friend.
looking at me like, please help me. Please let me out of it. And I said no.
You're like Schindler's List.
Yes.
You freed all these people.
Yes.
That's great.
I freed. But there's always one I have to leave behind.
Who's been the most difficult to test?
Probably Latifi.
Really?
I think Latifi, yes. Because, he sucks too much cock. and he does not like the finger in the nose.
Yes.
But
He has a bad gag reflex.
yes, his reflexes are bad. Daniel was very funny.
He's got a big nose.
Ha 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 ha! I laugh. Ha 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 ha! Daniel is funny. He make me laugh. He has very easy access to the nostrils. I was not even in the room, and I said, Daniel, you're all clear. You're all clear, Daniel. He goes, oh.
You don't even need your finger. You just look down.
Thanks, mate. No worries, mate. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Count Dracula.
I said, fuck you, I'm not Count Dracula. I am a Polish man with a finger I cannot feel. Fuck you. So there we go. Yes, I have been very busy.
It's been great to catch up.
Hey, thanks,
Robert.
guy.
And,
I really appreciate it. Hey, by the way, have you smelled my finger?
I have.
Have another smell. Yes, it's nice, huh?
Oh, that touched my lips.
Now, bend over and cough twice.
No.
Okay, bye. Oh, there you go.
Hand in the paddock
Hand
with
in
Robert.
the paddock with Robert Kubica.
It's a dirty hand.
Yeah. But perfectly designed for the purpose of
It's very aerodynamic for
COVID.
going in and out of orifices. Orifices?
seamless. We did. We could have asked him more questions about what... No, it's okay.
That's not.
Probably best we didn't.
Just a whole episode with Kubica.
We could do a whole episode with Kubica.
We could.
It's a different kind of podcast, though.
If there's a Polish Grand Prix.
It would be a very Polish podcast, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? There'd be sausages and grappa, the wine, fingers, fingering, orgies, anuses, the lot. Skype with Sebastian. Oh, do we do this back to back? We got Sebastian on the line now.
We have Sebastian.
Holy moly!
We're using up all our internet data.
Aren't we? Jeez, we got the endless gig package, or we've got the.
No, we've got 2 gig.
All right, 2 gig
do it
left.
quick, yeah.
Better do this quick. Let's catch up with Sebastian Vettel right now. He's on the line on Skype.
Hey, guys. I'm Sebastian Vettel. What's happening?
Hi, Sebastian. How you going?
Oh, four-time world champion. Look.
Just a quick question,
Yeah,
Sebastian.
look,
Sorry
please
to
go ahead.
interrupt.
No, it's okay. Look, it's fine. Whatever. I'm a German boy just doing some fun.
How's Robert Kubica's testing going?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. He's fantastic. What a great, super duper guy. I said, hey, Robert, what are you doing? He said something like, oh, I'm doing the testing or something for the COVID. And I said, well, why don't you come here and I'll touch my toes and you can test this. You can test this way as well.
They normally just test through the nose.
Sure, but this is way more fun. Oh, God.
Now, when he tested you,
Yeah,
did he, obviously you did it the
I said normally you have to
non-traditional way?
Normally you need to buy me a drink.
Did he use his gammy hand for the
He started with just
untraditional?
just unter the finger, the funny gammy fingers that he can't do any feeling with.
Yep.
That is quite wow. I mean, wow.
Strong finger?
They said that the guy's G spot is in the anus.
Yeah.
Look, it's in the anus.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Robert found it straight away.
Oh, no.
I was in a seizure. I was coming all over the place. I was a mess. I could not believe it. I was just juice everywhere.
Oh, Sebastian.
Sorry, look, I'm so sorry. Sorry to get blue with you. I know you've got a sensitive stomach. I know you don't like it. I'm sorry. Okay, look. But so I started with one hand, and then I said, do you mind just gently putting the other one in as well? Just to make sure that I don't have COVID. Sometimes you need to go deep. I said, really deep.
Yeah, well, yeah, considering it's an upper respiratory disease, you need to go really quite
He was
deep.
surprised. He was up to his elbows with both arms. He was surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like a pig on a spit.
Kind of like a pig on
Okay,
a spin.
interesting.
Yeah.
I just have a question. You were on...
I'm Sebastian Vettel. Look, you can ask me anything. I'm a 4-time world champion, okay?
You're being very open lately, which is very
Thank you.
handy.
I don't want you to be in awe of me, okay?
You were
Yeah.
on Sky F1 talking to Martin Brundle, and you said you talked about sacrifices that you make when you're younger.
Yeah.
That you don't have those opportunities
Like kissing the boys.
to kiss girls.
Oh, so, yeah, the girls, sure.
And then you said, and experimenting.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Look,
Did you just divulge us?
Look, don't pretend like you haven't experimented when you were younger. Don't pretend like you didn't have a little bit of gay fun in the high school or the back of the sheds. You Did you have the gay phone?
I didn't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's never too late to learn, Luke.
So you couldn't experiment younger age. You experimented at a much older age once you'd established yourself as a Formula 1 driver.
Yeah, I was very religious growing up.
Really?
Yeah, I was an older boy. And as an older boy...
Older?
Yeah, so that's how we say it. It's Bavarian, because it's a Bavarian accent.
Okay.
Older boy. I was very religious, and I wouldn't put anything near my sphincter. Nothing would go near my Auschwitz. Until Father Hockenheim, he said to me, "Hey, little Sebastian, come here, hold the candle, and I will bless you." And then from then on, I've been like, wow, this is fantastic. I'm going to spend the rest of my life dedicated to Formula One because of Mr. Hockenheim. And also Auschwitz. Yeah, so anyway, what was the question again? I've forgotten.
What's your plan? What are you excited for this weekend?
I'm
British
very,
Grand Prix?
very, very excited.
Where do you think Ferrari will end up?
Oh, we're looking very strong.
Really?
Yeah, we're looking. We've made some alterations and stuff, and we're looking
Yeah, I
pretty
can
good.
see you've got a nice bit of a haircut.
Yeah, I've had that haircut. I've trimmed the nasal hair.
You've had to.
I've done some stuff there, and the car's shit, but I look fantastic. Yeah, I look fantastic.
You do look good. Thank you for your time, Sebastian.
Hey, look, how's the girlfriend hunting going?
Not good.
No, maybe you should.
I'm not really hunting. Not actively
I think
hunting.
you need to manscape a little better.
Really?
Just a little tip. Yeah, maybe.
Just the tip
Well, and the sack.
and the sack.
Yeah, the front and back and the Google sack.
Okay.
Front, back, Google sack. That's what I always say. Hey, front, back, Google sack. Hey. See you guys. Bye.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
Jesus Christ. Sebastian Vettel. Wow.
He was very open.
He's very honest.
And he was open with the Sky F1 Martin Brundle interview.
It's
about
something
his
that you bring
desire.
out. You bring out that in people though in Formula. You have a connection to the Formula One paddock. Like people don't realize how connected you are, and how well educated you are with Formula One.
It's amazing what a dick pic will get you.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Sebastian Vettel, what a lovely guy. We really do punch above our weight in this podcast. Little Aussie Knockabout podcast.
We always have.
World champions right here. Where else can you find them? Not here. I mean, not there.
Not on the streets in the ring just yet.
No. Can we look at some tipping, Luke? Because we've been on ongoing tipping competition.
Yep.
And some of our listeners are in the tipping competition.
Yep,
Luke.
they've jumped on board.
How are they going? How the listeners, are they doing better than we are?
They are doing better than we are.
Well, that
but this
sucks.
weekend, the last weekend, the Hungarian Grand Prix, everyone was pretty on par, 13-14.
Okay.
No one above that.
Yep.
Pete got 13.
Who did?
Pete, producer
Pete.
He's on 39 points.
Is he leading?
He's in second place.
Oh, he's pretty good.
First
isn't
place
he?
is Jim. Jim Foley.
Jim Foley.
Yeah.
He is
So you've got Jim's Mowing,
Yeah.
Jim's Cleaning Services here in Australia.
Yeah. It's a
Jim's-
franchise.
Yeah, it's a franchise.
Franchise.
Jim Everything. Now there's Jim's Tipping competition.
Jim's tipping.
He's leading
You
it
can,
right now.
buy your own franchise.
Yeah.
Jim's tipping competition.
There you go. Think
you
about
set
that,
up your own
Jim.
tipping competition.
Bring it in, Pat.
You do have to pay Jim some serious cash though for the franchise.
So his brother Pat, he got 13 points. They both got 13 points, the Foley boys. They didn't cheat off each other. They got different ideas. But Pat's
Did
on
we find out where they
34.
were in America? You're going to find out whereabouts they...
I did. I'll keep going the tipping
was
and
it
I'll find this.
Pensacola, wasn't it? Pensacola, Texas.
We've got Cliff, Smushy McTransfish.
Swoosh. The
He got
Swooshmeister.
14.
14?
Him and I both got 14 this week.
Fuck yeah.
We won the round.
Yeah, you did.
He got 34. You're on 36. I'm on 36. You got 13. I got 14. It's tight. It's tight up there.
Oh, tight at the top. How far? What am I off the pace? 3? Is that right?
You are 4.
Oh.
So 4 behind Jim.
Gee, it's not easy to make that up. It doesn't seem much, but it is. Because then you start getting worried about you need to change your tactics and start throwing out some crazy tips. But you do that, then you set yourself right behind the 8 ball.
100%.
Yeah, so you really need to stay focused and not do anything too crazy.
Yep.
Did you find out where they were from? You're looking through your phone there, Luke.
Looking through the phone.
Anything?
I'm trying to find where it is. I think Pat might have told me.
Santa Cruz. San Jose.
Santa Cruz. What
Santa
the
Monica.
fuck are you talking about? What's next?
New Mexico.
We've done tipping.
New Mexico?
New Mexico. Race preview.
Race preview.
I think that's what we're doing next.
Yeah. let's jump into our British outfits, Luke, because it's time to go all British. It's time to go Silverstone.
Oh, I love Silverstone.
So I've got you a little. Well, I didn't prepare this. Producer Pete's been very, very busy, very active. He's been down to the Salvos, which, for those who don't know, is a charity shop, and he's picked out some lovely pieces for us to wear in our British motif. So we've got, Luke, have a look at the bag, and you'll see what you're wearing. That's it. You've got a pair of socks, white socks, come up to your knees.
Yep.
Then you got some nice beige sandals.
Yep. So socks and sandals.
Socks and
very
sandals.
British.
Very British. Then you go up, there's a very short pair of shorts. Tight pair of shorts. And then you've got your wife beater t-shirt.
Nice.
Nice bond.
But it just doesn't quite fit. It's a little bit too short.
Bit short.
Showing a bit of stomach.
It's a bit tight. It's a bit stained.
Yeah.
It's a bit manky.
Yeah.
And then you've got the traditional towel on the head, which was.
Is this a Middle Eastern thing? Or?
No. It's a British. It's 20 degrees and I'm fucking boiling.
Oh,
so I need to put a nice cold towel on my head because
So
I'm
putting a cold towel on the head keeps the head cool.
Keeps the head
the
cool.
sun off the top of the bald head.
That's right, mate.
And then I'm protected
You're
and cooling off.
You're cooling off the way you do, mate.
Great job, geezer.
Oh, okay, geezer.
So I had a look through the phone. Pat Foley said he's
Pat Foley, where's he from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that place.
So there he is. He's from there.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Jim, don't know where you're from.
Jim? Well, he's brother, so he's probably living in next door.
Nearby.
Yeah. And he's in the same flat,
There
isn't
or
it?
thereabouts.
Thereabout.
All right.
Baltimore, Florida.
So
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
beautiful race preview this
Beautiful.
weekend.
We're going to do the whole show, the rest of the show in this accent, by the way.
Do we?
Yeah.
All right, geezer.
Until we get sick of it.
Oh, we'll get sick of it. Don't you worry
All right,
about
I'm
that.
sick of it.
Someone else gets sick
I'm
of it.
sick of it.
All right, we're sick of it. They're done. So the time zones is the same as the Austrian Hungary. The British Grand Prix will be local time 2:10 p.m. But for quali time for us in Australia is 11. For race time, East Coast of Australia 11:10, West Australia, Kuala Lumpur 9:10 p.m, New Zealand 1:10 a.m.
Oh.
Monday morning, Moscow 4:10 p.m, UK 2:10. The East Coast of the United States of America, which then they were at 9:10 a.m. Good way to start the morning. I think that's where
I want to live in
Foley
America.
boys are on the the west coast of the United States is 6:10 a.m.
Yep.
The weather will be rain on Friday, cloudy and 20 degrees Saturday and Sunday, 0% chance of rain over the weekend. Tyres are the C1, C2 and C3. Interesting. Next Grand Prix, the 70th anniversary Grand Prix at the Silverstone track as well. They will run the C2, C3, C4 tyres. So different tyres for the second week. British Grand Prix is a 5.891 kilometre circuit, 52 laps, 306.198 kilometre race. The lap record of Lewis Hamilton from last year is 1 minute 27.369. 2019 podium was Hamilton, Bottas, Leclerc. That was also a race where Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel had a coming together. Pole was from Bottas last year with a 1 minute 25.093. So there are all the things. The corners, some great corners. Maggots, Beckett's.
Yep. Oh, great corner.
Beautiful flowing. Testing track. There's 2 DRS zones. The first Grand Prix track in Formula One history, 1950.
Does this precede Monaco? Monaco was 1950.
The first Formula One Grand Prix ever was at Silverstone.
Is that right?
Yep.
There you go. There's the history.
Ever.
There's the history. Yet they always talk about ditching it. They never talk about ditching Monaco.
No.
Strangely enough, do they?
Not a chance.
So, do you see any car that's not a Mercedes-Benz that may have a chance of winning in this circuit? I don't think so. But that's just, I don't want to put the white flag up for the season and say that Mercedes-Benz will win every race. They probably will.
I think that they might. I'm a bit concerned that they will, but let's hope they don't. I don't know who's going to contend with them. Red Bull's probably the closest car.
Yeah.
And clearly Max Verstappen is the closest driver to them. So we'll see.
And if the season does suddenly get really fucking boring, you've always got this podcast to enjoy.
That's right.
Effing One Podcast. Your old pal.
Your old pals.
Luke and Adam sitting here. We'll be here. We always are.
Talking nonsense.
Sitting here talking shit, mate. Trying to make a boring sport interesting.
Do some tipping?
Yes, please.
All
if
right.
you wouldn't mind.
So, Mercedes, who are you going?
Lewis. Double Lewis for me, qualifying and in the race. Thank you, Lucas.
Then we're going to go Ferrari.
Ooh, not as black and white. Not as black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, Sebastian's been disappointing.
Yep.
You'd think in his last season.
He did well.
Yeah,
he got ahead of Leclerc in this race. Leclerc.
Yeah. But you'd think potentially his last season, you'd think you'd be, throwing it around a bit more. Dropping the nose in
Well, he
more.
threw it around in Austria.
Yeah.
And that didn't do too well.
Yeah.
And then Leclerc threw it around literally.
I will go double Sebastian, though.
Double Vettel.
Surprising.
We're going to go Red Bull Racing.
Double Max.
Max. Mr. Verstappen and Verstappen. And then who's next? We're going to go McLaren.
Are you telling me who you're going, or are you going to keep that a secret?
I can tell you. I was just writing it down.
No, I trust you.
I'm going to do mine online, which everyone can do. If you check on our Twitter, the pinned tweet has the 3 columns of tipping that you need to access to stay in the competition. Don't forget, Cliff, you forgot last week, but he still did all right.
Yeah.
McLaren.
Double Norris.
Yeah, I'm going to go Norris because
Home
it's
Grand Prix.
home race.
And
even
he's
though
so
there's-
much better. He's so much better than Carlos. And Carlos is Devo.
I feel bad for Carlos going to Ferrari.
He was so
and Ferrari's
excited,
a piece
wasn't he?
of shit.
He must have been so excited. His little face lit up. Oh, this is the best thing ever.
And
now he's just watching the
I
Ferraris.
also want to go back to a probable I told you so, where everyone was like,
That's
"Oh,
true,
we
you
want Ricardo in the Ferrari."
No, Ricardo, don't
don't
go.
do it.
Don't do it.
And he didn't, and thank God he didn't.
Isn't Dan looking like an absolute winner right now?
Sure is.
Sit
Mercedes powered McLaren next year, baby.
Jesus.
Bring it on.
McLaren, besides Red Bull, looks to be the only other team that will be able to get it done.
Or Racing Point.
Racing Point. The pink Mercedes.
The pink Mercedes.
Okay, fair enough.
Renault. Ricardo or Ocon?
Double Ricardo, please, my good man.
Yeah, I'll go the same.
Ocon's rubbish.
Oh, I don't think he's rubbish. He does really well in the wet. But outside of that, not a chance. Who are we going to go? Alpha
Yeah, but
Tauri.
so does Lance. Luke. Lance does well in the wet.
Lance.
Stroll.
Hey, Lance is...
Hi, I'm Lance Stroll.
He's stepped up.
He's got the second best car.
Yeah, but
Luke.
Perez is in the same car.
Yeah, Perez
Perez is driving himself out of a seat.
Perez had one bad drive. Take it easy.
2.
Well,
Two out of
at
3.
the end of the season, he will be. You know what? Maybe he is not going to be in that pink Mercedes. Maybe Lance will be there.
I'd be gutted.
Oh, you'd be so gutted after saving the team.
Save the team. You've put so much money and time into it. And it's finally got a competitive car and they're going to give you the arse.
Yeah, and then
I hope they keep him. He deserves it.
he deserves it.
Alpha Tauri.
He's better than Sebastian. Sebastian's just a name. He's only got 4 world titles.
Only.
Yeah, but he was given them. They were a gift
From Mark Webber.
from Mark Webber to you. I am so shit.
Fuck you. cunt.
Fuck you, cunt.
All right, Alpha Tauri.
Alpha Tauri.
Stop stalling.
Gas man.
Gas man.
Double.
Double gas.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like
Kimi
Pete,
Räikkönen.
double gas.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Oh, so we're going to go Alpha. We're going to go Raikkonen. Who's next? Who are we going after Alpha? We're going to go Haas.
I'm going to go Roman to qualify first.
Oh,
And then I'm going to go the Great Dane to finish above.
the Mags. Williams.
Double George.
Russ. And Russ.
Yes.
Excellent. That's it. That's
Okay,
all.
that's great. That's
We're
really
done.
great. It's time for Dan Watt.
Dan Watt.
Dan Watt. What's Dan been up to this week, Luke? On Dan Watt. Cha. Dan Watt.
So I was watching Ted's Notebook on the old YouTube, and Ted has our man Daniel Ricciardo walking up, and he's like, "Oh, we can't talk, we can't get too close, let's not get awkward." And he's asking him, how's the COVID test going for you? Because of his big.
Gigantic
He's
schnoz.
referring to the big nose.
Yeah, yeah.
And Daniel goes, "Oh, you are referring? Are you being a bit of a prick?" And he's like, "Oh, apologies to the listeners. No, you're a prick. It's okay. You can get away with it. Prick's fine.
Is that what he
Prick's
said?
okay. Yeah,
Oh, I love
he
it.
called him a prick.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
He's allowed
Are
to.
you just being a bit of a prick now?
It's Dan Ricciardo.
He's nice. He does have a big nose. He knows that.
He's got a big nose.
He knows
He's
that.
got Italian descent.
Yes.
He's Italian
You
Australian.
have to have a big nose.
Grew up, born in Western Australia, but parents from Italy. It's a big nose.
Big nose town.
Big nose.
Also, he was one of the journalists. I think it's John Noble on Twitter. Took a photo of Esteban Ocon's car. And Esteban Ocon's windscreen wipers were in the vertical position.
Oh.
And the only one driver that parks next to Esteban Ocon was Daniel Ricciardo. So Daniel Ricciardo's playing a few pranks in the paddock. I would actually like to see him slash some tyres.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Just
letting some air out before the
Yep.
race.
Yep. Pissing in their gas in the fuel tank.
Perfect. Yes.
Filling the windscreen wiper fluid up with Gatorade.
Gatorade. That's genius.
Yeah.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The paddock needs someone like that.
We've
Just to
got one.
Spice it up. Dan.
Thank God for Dan.
It was Terry. See, Terry was...
Terry's fucking with Formula 1 cars.
Yeah,
Daniel's outside.
He's doing the pranks.
Maybe that's what Lando was doing, checking under his car, make sure he didn't put a rotten fish in there.
Ah.
Such a trickster.
Very tricky, Luke. Well, I love Dan Watch.
Dan Watch.
Dan Watch. Thanks a lot for Dan Watch. Fuck, I love Dan. He's the person, Mr. Personality.
What are we going to do without him? Does the podcast end?
Without Dan,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even bother, would we? We're like, what should we do tonight, Luke? Let's watch footy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dan's
jerk each other
retired.
off.
Once Dan retires, we're just going to watch footy together.
I'm glad you talked over the bit where I said, no, we could jerk each other off.
Huh?
Eh?
Well, if you're offering,
Do I want to jump in the
best friends should do that.
F1 podcast?
Best friends
Senior?
should jerk each other off, Luke.
I only jerk off someone who will give me a full load of semen, and you can't do that.
Oh, I'm not a complete man anymore. I get it. I get it. That hurts, Luke, because I've had a vasectomy.
Does it hurt as much as a vasectomy?
Because I don't have live swimmers. Now suddenly, I'm not good enough to jerk off. Well, Luke, I protest. I'm going to just.
I'm just as much of a man
I'm
as you are.
still a man.
I'm just as much of a man as... What's his name? Caitlyn Jenner?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Just as much of a man as Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to go and blow in Caitlin's mouth. See you later. Oh, she said it's a mouthful. She said it's more than a fair load. Fuck you, Luke. I'm never coming home. Can you jump in the F1 podcast? What do we call it again?
I'm going to call it Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket, the simulator. And let's do a hot lap of Silverstone.
All right.
And the car you're going to choose today, Luke, I'm assuming it's going to be a Mercedes-Benz. Is that right? This is nice for a podcast, isn't it? Like, doing a hot lap, like, it's just you in the car driving, chatting. It makes sense. A podcast where you're sitting in a car driving. It does make sense. That's the microphone noise over to the Red Rocket,
It's
the F1 podcast simulator.
it's great for all the
Lift the mic up. Can't hear you very well.
blind people.
Yeah.
You know, they can't see it either.
Oh, that's true.
So
It's a braille podcast, this one, Luke. You just pop your fingers on it.
your phone.
Yep. Fondle your phone, and you'll feel what's happening.
Yeah. I'm going to slide on in.
All right, slip in there, big fella. Oh, Jesus, that's tight. Oh, God. You should at least buy that thing dinner first. That is
Not a
frightening.
chance. Not a chance.
Frightening.
On a cheap date.
When's the last time you had a date, Luke?
Who?
When's the last time you had a date?
Date.
Can you remember it? Did you bring flowers?
A date.
Was it by the water? Was it a picnic?
I don't even remember the last time I had a date.
It was with the lesbian, wasn't it? Was it the lesbian? Jody?
Jody? No, it was
Brody.
Steph.
Stephanie.
Do you remember Steph?
Steph. Yeah, Steph. Lovely.
Took photos of your children.
Can't believe you didn't think she was a lesbian. Can't. It was the nose ring and the short hair and when she wore a tuxedo. That for me was a giveaway.
It's just when she
thought-
wore
I
a strap
thought-
on, I was concerned.
Yeah, you didn't realise until after she'd finished with the strap on.
I
And you
didn't.
went, I don't know. I think there's something not quite right with my girlfriend.
And she's like, I don't want. Can you just put your mouth on my vagina, nothing else? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought I was really good at it, but turns out that that's not the case.
That's not the case.
All right, so we're going to go do a time trial
Here we go.
in the Red Rocket Simulator. Let's call her Rosie.
Rosie. Oh, I like that. We've been searching
Rosie.
for a name, haven't we?
Rosie. Which car?
Rosie.
You call
Well,
it.
it is kind of your girlfriend,
Which car?
and it's the girl that's
Stroking her.
yeah. Very sensual.
Which car am I gonna
Very
drive?
sensual.
You
Mercedes.
choose.
Go Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Yeah. This is the last woman you've been inside of, and probably the only woman you'll be inside of for the
I'll
last
probably die inside
for the
this.
next 10 years. Rosie, the FM1 podcast simulator. Rosie.
She's a beast. She handles well.
Yeah.
She hasn't,
the
hasn't fallen apart
The
yet.
problem is it's not really consensual, is it?
Well,
You haven't really...
I suppose if I make it, I could get inside it.
True.
That's not the same for
It's like yeah.
children.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't.
It's like a sex doll. It's like an inflatable
Yeah,
sexy
if
doll.
you blow it up, you can fuck it.
Yep.
So this is kind of like that.
Fair enough. No, good call.
And there's nothing wrong with sex dolls. You know,
No,
they're always
no.
excited.
I can't believe you're still single. It's
always
still-
excited to see her.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't get a headache,
No.
but you do after blowing it up. All right,
All right, here we go.
I'm going to change.
After all that sexy talk, Luke's in the Mercedes-Benz at Silverstone, going around the corner. Coming into the final turn.
So this is the second last corner. Then coming out, I'm in third gear. Then I'm just going to get the revs up, get ready for the lap. I haven't really done it in this view before, so I'm doing the cockpit view. I'm already down on my previous best time. First corner, flat, easy. I didn't do it very well. I'm going to change this view because I cannot see shit. There we go. Braking down into turn two. Good overtaking point at the start of the race.
Hey, how good are the graphics on this?
It's
Seriously,
pretty good.
It's amazing. Like, from that cockpit point of view, looking at your hands on the steering wheel, like they've deliberately made it look like the suit doesn't fit properly. Like, that's just so real. It's amazing.
Yes, it's a. I'm looking forward to this year's Formula 1 2020. There's going to be a lot of new things. They're going to have the black Mercedes. I think it's next week. They'll unveil the
Oh, cool.
black
yeah.
Mercedes livery, which is very handy. I
Ooh,
think I'm not
big
supposed
hit.
to hit that
Big
wall.
crash. That's because you're talking.
Yeah, it's
hard.
true.
Oh, he's in the rough stuff. He's in the gravel.
Wait. Look, they're clapping me.
They are. They're clapping.
Why'd they clap?
They're looking at you.
So right now I'm facing straight into the wall, and there's just random people clapping.
yeah, they think it's great.
They're not socially
Oh,
distanced.
look at them.
I'm a
They're
bit
not socially distanced, nor are their face masks. Hey, I didn't think we're supposed to have a crowd at Silverstone.
No, we're
Seems like
not,
we do.
but fucking someone's jumped the fence.
Even virtual people have to be careful.
Yeah. Fucking irresponsible.
Irresponsible. It is.
Alright, so
This
here
is
we
not
go.
a great lap.
So going into the Maggots-Beckett's area. So you can go flat through here in 8th gear and then go down.
Oh, crap.
Jesus.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. He's another off.
Now I'm just checking to make sure. Look, see there's some paramedics here, just making sure that
They're COVID safe. COVID safe.
they're keeping
They
distance.
they are spatially distanced.
Also,
That's a meter.
just making sure they've got enough water.
Yep, you're right, boys.
G'day, fellas.
Nice one.
Did you pick up your free fruit from the Run Grand Prix? Probably
Yep.
not.
No?
No, don't have that at Silverstone, do they?
No.
So I'm in the middle of Maggots and Beckett's and making my way second gear, third gear, fourth gear because I've crashed. All right, going on to the Hangar Straight. This is where what was he? He was a priest running down, holding a sign. Mark Webber nearly took him out.
Yes.
So I came up to the end of the lap, which is probably the worst lap I've ever done, and I should probably burn the simulator because of it.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Rosie is not
But
impressed.
it's better than what anything Pete could have done.
Yep.
Over the straight start-finish line, a minute behind my normal previous time,
Yep.
and that's Luke's lap.
Thank you, Luke. deep inside Rosie. Effing One Podcast's
She's tight.
simulator. She's a tight one, and she was not impressed with what you just delivered there. You got inside her, and you didn't take her to heaven and back. You did not, Luke, but that's all right.
But hey, I did it for longer, just for her.
You did.
If I did it quicker, 1 minute in heaven? 1.5 minutes in heaven?
Yeah.
What's the fun in that?
What's the fun?
But when you can spend, do a longer lap time, you're spending more time inside it. I do that.
You will indeed.
Sorry, it's me banging the mic around.
Yes, you are. But welcome back. Welcome back to the sofa.
Oh,
Good to
thank
see you,
you.
big fella. And it's time.
How does Kubica do it with one hand?
Oh, unbelievable. Isn't that unbelievable? One hand.
He
drives a Formula One car.
Drove an entire Grand Prix season with one hand.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And what's it like?
He was slow.
You did one lap of the simulator.
Yep.
And
With two hands.
yeah, with two hands.
And I was dog shit.
Yep. Amazing. Do you have any ideas on how we can make Formula One great again, Luke? That is our mission here at F1 Podcast. We make suggestions and Liberty Media steal them,
Yep.
which is good because better than them not taking our ideas.
So the thing with We Race is one, the thing about equality.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about raising awareness for endangered animals.
Yep.
So having a sponsorship deal that gives money to various sponsors around the world that are dealing with endangered animals, rehabilitation and things like that. So,
This is actually a sensible idea, Luke.
well, if it happens once a year, it's a good year.
So what, you have the livery will have that endangered animal on the side of it?
So the livery will have that endangered animal emblazoned over the...
And then if you want to save this animal, call this number now.
Yep. Text this number.
Yeah.
Phone this number.
Make a donation.
And it'll have a nice picture of, could be a red panda.
Yeah.
Could be a sloth.
Well, that would be a Williams, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely. So if there's
Maybe there's a vote. Maybe the viewers get to vote on which endangered species represents which car.
Yep. And as a bit of a twist, as we do at the F1 podcast, we have one of the endangered animals on the car.
Ah, Luke, now you're talking my language, big fella.
So we could have it
Suddenly, it
sitting on the rear wing.
It seemed too serious. Like it was a great idea, but we needed a bit of a comical element. We needed some danger.
not comical.
We needed some blood and guts.
Danger, yes. Not for us, for the animal.
Yeah.
And they are endangered already. So what's a little bit more danger? If they're going to go out,
Yeah.
go out on the back of a Formula
What's
One
more
car.
dangerous for an endangered animal than sitting on the wing of a Formula One car?
You could sit on the roll hoop. Occasionally they'll just peek their head down in front of the TV camera,
Yep.
hanging on for dear life.
Dear life.
For the entire race,
We
too.
give them a little because
And if there's a dead one, at the pit stops, they
Yeah.
put a fresh one on.
oh, that's nice. That's thoughtful. That's lovely. That's
Could we
clever.
put even like a little basket they'll sit in front of the
Could
driver?
do a little basket, but I like the idea of them hanging on for dear life. I like that. I like the idea of them like falling off the front and then sliding back and then hanging onto the rear wing.
Yeah.
Oh, their little nails and
So
the
what kind of
squealing.
animals are we going to put on? You wouldn't want any snakes or anything because they could choke the driver.
Yeah.
We're okay with danger for animals, not danger for drivers.
And animals that make noise and can hang on, I think would be helpful.
So maybe like little chimps, marmosets,
Oh, a little bonobo.
spider monkeys,
Spider monkeys, bonobos,
baboons,
baboons. I like the sun bear. That's a great idea. Maybe some
Panda?
a jaguar,
giant panda,
maybe a tiger, a lion,
Siberian tiger,
Siberian.
very rare, polar bears.
a giraffe.
Is that silly? Is polar
What
bear silly?
about a giraffe? That's not easy.
Well, there's no advertising over the top of the tracks because they're not pedestrian footways.
Yeah.
So they're not going to have their head taken off.
No.
Not a bad idea.
A small baby elephant,
Yeah, I like that.
a polar bear.
Like a Sumatran rhino, if there's any left.
Maybe each driver gets an endangered animal. I mean, what endangered animal?
Maybe on their
represents
helmets.
Each, like you would imagine, a panther would be Hamilton.
Oh,
Like
Yep.
a dangerous carnivore.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
you go.
Love it. And a
Sex
small
panther?
a small, meek, unthreatening polar bear for Bottas. Blonde.
Undernourished.
Dan Ricciardo would be the honey badger.
Clearly the honey badger.
That's
I don't
a
know if it's
given.
endangered, but raises awareness
Yeah.
for all the honey badgers. What would Esteban Ocon be then?
A skunk. I think a little stinky skunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would Romain Grosjean be? A dung beetle?
Yeah. He's pretty shit. Although you wouldn't.
What would Max be?
It wouldn't be the best
We need like
watching.
an angry... What's an angry hippopotamus?
Something that's really cranky. Something that's stupid and cranky. I don't know. Maybe we should put it out for the
All right,
listeners.
we'll put it out.
Maybe we put it out to the listeners.
Hit us up on the socials. What do you think we can have on the back?
It has
Like
to be
a
endangered.
live animal.
Has to be a live animal. Has to be endangered. It's on the livery. Gets a paint job on each individual driver's car. Then we get the actual animal hanging on for dear life.
Sloth. Great idea.
A sloth.
Yeah.
That seems like a Grosjean animal, doesn't it?
What would... maybe Latifi would have some kind of Canadian, like a groundhog or
Gerbil.
a bear, a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear. That's good.
See, these are all the ideas. Just throwing it out there. May as well make everyone great again. Give something back. We race as one. We're all about equality, but how about we help out our furry friends, our four-legged, two-legged, eight-legged friends?
We're doing it not for charity. We're doing it for the endangered animals. Sure, we're going to lose a few. We're going to lose a couple of in the race.
But it's promoting a message. So they're
Sure.
dying for a cause.
Short-term pain, long-term gain. We're going to lose a couple of
They're
endangered animals.
martyrs.
They're martyrs for the cause.
Yeah.
Think of all the endangered animals they're going to be saving
Yep.
with their sacrifice.
That's right.
Their sacrifice, their blood during this Formula
Do you
1
pull
race.
a safety car if it falls off?
I think you just let the cars run over it. I think the roadkill is a great way to throw like a yellow flag in the mix. It's a yellow flag. Oh, there's an animal on the road. We have to be careful. Oh, no!
Bambi!
I just hit the honey badger. It's all over my windscreen. I can't see.
Honey badger won't let go, mate.
No, it won't be a honey badger. It'll be a
not
little
a
polar bear.
chance.
Oh, that's genius, Luke. Well done. That's making Formula One great. Another great idea as we strive to make this sport better and better. What are you talking? You're doing hand signals. What are you?
I forgot something.
Oh, okay. What have you forgotten?
No, I won't do. I
You
can't do.
You don't want to do that one?
Nah.
You don't want to do poetry?
I forgot it.
What do you mean?
I forgot to write a poem.
Well, you could just freestyle.
Freestyle.
You could freestyle a Grosjean. Let's freestyle a
No,
Grosjean
I did
poetry.
Grosjean last week.
His name is Grosjean.
No, we did Grosjean
And he's
last
real
week.
shit.
I said that he was a Swiss driver, and they
Oh.
knew that he was shit
Why
already.
don't you do a freestyle of some other driver?
All right, who?
Magnussen.
Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah. He's a Great Dane. That's not his name. His name is Kevin. Kevin Magnussen. He's got too many N's in his name.
And S's.
And S's. Because he's a
Reminds
Great
me
Dane.
of when I was fucking your missus.
The end.
The
That's
end.
It doesn't have to be long.
All right,
Brilliant. See?
done. Maybe it could be a haiku.
It's a haiku.
575.
They'll love it. See, that's really great. I think that's pretty much it, mate. I think we can probably wrap this thing up.
Should say hi to Mum.
Mrs. Luke, you delight. We're going to pop in and see Mrs. Luke
We
tomorrow.
see her
Gonna see
tomorrow
your
night.
mum tomorrow.
See
We're
how
off to
she's
the.
going.
You and I have got a mandate tomorrow,
We
Luke.
do. And I'm bringing.
Although you invited some chick along
Yes.
to
well,
ruin it.
Yes, a married woman, friend of ours.
You-
You used to work with. I work with now.
You know you're a single bloke when you're inviting a married woman along to the football with you. Honestly, Luke,
You can sit next to her,
fucking hell.
and I'll
I'm gonna
touch
be
you. I'll touch you on the other
I'll be
side.
4 rows behind you while you guys are snogging. Getting a bit of cath inside you. Bit of tongue hockey. I'm not here for the hockey, mate. I'm here for the footy. Anyway.
So Mum's given us what I like to think of as it's British. So it's a beige buffet. So it's all deep fried,
Yes.
poorly tasted, no flavour
No
food.
flavour. It's mostly boiled,
Yep.
braised,
Deep fried.
deep fried.
There's fish and
Yorkshire
chips.
pudding, cold fish and chips, roast beef,
Yeah.
shepherd's pie,
Overcooked scones.
scotched egg, overcooked scones
They're
and
just
jam.
rocks. They're rocks.
It's just, if it's heavy and inedible, it's on the table.
Yep.
But your mum's done that deliberately because she's a gourmet chef, your mother.
She is.
She's deliberately made it horrible because it's British food.
That's Mum's motto is, I'll make my food horrible so I never have to do it again.
Yeah, but we keep asking her.
It's like you with blowjobs. You just do it poorly so you never get asked to do it again.
Doesn't stop you from trying, Luke.
No, you don't try. There's no effort. It's like fucking licking a postage stamp. Cleaning a stripper pole.
Let's lick and post this podcast, Luke.
Let's do it.
Check us out on the socials, on the
Instagram,
on the
Twitter,
FB, on the Twits,
Facebook.
And
if you want to ask us a question, if you want to put a topic up for us to talk about, we'll talk nonsense about that topic.
endangered animals on the car, on the livery. There's a great one. Let's talk about that. Let us know what you want on each of the driver's car.
Review us on iTunes.
Yep.
Give us a great review. Give us a great rating. I don't care if you didn't like us. Give us a good rating anyway.
Because Effing One Podcast is Effing One.
What?
What?
Effing done.
Effing One Podcast. We're effing done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.